There's the start of the second half.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Casado. De Jong. Valde. Pedri. That is great defending, so alert. Upamecano for Olise. Chouameni. And it's Lewandowski. Oh, that's a key interception. Mbappe. Dani Olmo. Yamal. Looking for options for movement. Dani Olmo, unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Upamecano can get it clear. They're trying everything to subdue him here.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Well, we're still waiting for a goal to report here. And it's Dembele. Lewandowski. Half an hour into the second half. Conte. Chouameni. Camavinga. And here's Mbappe. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defences, it seems, on top here.
Yeah, I think it's a scoreline in keeping with what we've seen up to this point. Combined attempts at goal aren't high in numbers, and we could do with something to spark this contest into life.
France can breathe again, just.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The
sting through the... Mbappe! Decent enough try.
Well, to put it this way, he's probably made better decisions.
Barcelona choosing to make the first change.
Yeah, I think he's been told to play that role of the tactical pivot, spraying the ball about sometimes, driving it forward from the middle of the park.
De Jong. It's Pedri. Valde. He's picked his way through. And he's had it nicked away. Mbappe. Pedri wins the duel this time. It's Lewandowski! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Lewandowski deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him. Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here. Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Foot in, driving on and making good progress. Defending in numbers, sharp and uncompromising. Conte. And here's Mbappe. That has not gone well. No way through, so back it comes.
France are stuck in central station, and they might find the fast track out wide if they'd care to look.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Well timed, excellent interception. Pablo Torre. Great pressure, plenty of it. Camavinga. Pedri. Dembele providing an outlet on that flank. Balde.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it
He
has
can
to
run
be.
onto that. Dembele. And he's there to retrieve it.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Whistle's gone, that's foul.
Cambio di giocatori.
Now this could be a pivotal moment. Dying minutes, free kick, great position. Pablo Torre! It's run loose, who's going to get there? Ferran Torres. Koundé.
Might want to be careful there.
Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. The final whistle is imminent, but I do think he'll allow time for this free kick. They're taking a moment to consider their options. Balde is there, and he can pick it up. Pablo Torre. Lewandowski. France have a free kick. That's at the end. Frustration, exasperation, vexation, certainly from an attacking perspective. Neither side able to make an impression despite... Well, it is undoubtedly one of the most eagerly anticipated fixtures in the English game, as two historical heavyweights square up to each other, ready to go blow for blow in what remains one of the game's intense rivalries. There are some that argue, and with some validity, that the significance of this fixture has diminished to a small extent since its heyday back in the 90s and mid-2000s, when these two teams were lapping up the lion's share of silverware season after season. Times have changed since, thanks largely to the emergence of other ambitious teams, but there is no doubt that this remains one of the hottest tickets around. It has the history, it has... Oh, what's he done? And here's Havertz. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, someone whose career I've watched with real interest, Peter, is Odegaard. Having seen him break through at such a young age, and having so much pressure thrust on him, I really think that the time he spent outside Norway has done him a lot of good. And look how much he's developed.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. And the pass is intercepted. Gabriel. Arsenal getting forward at times, but achieving little of substance. Looking for the run. Odegaard, Partey, Casemiro, and Dalot. No, he's not getting his way this time.
Yeah, this kind of bold running will always get you into areas of possibility.
Partey. Hits one! Goal! Arsenal! It is a good finish. The odds were against him, little matter.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Arsenal have fired themselves in front.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus, as the opposition will inevitably react.
Saka looks to get on the end of this, and he's had it nicked away. Manchester United upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They want it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust, but it still needs plenty of intelligence and teamwork.
Ah, good steal. He just read it. Ugarte. Distributed tidily. Bruno Fernandes.
Footballing width usually identifies with running room, and...
Oh, terrible! There's the hit! Goal! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
That was a given. It always was.
It's a simple game. A striker's job is to find the space as often as possible, and he did exactly that.
Manchester United grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
And here's Højlund. Højlund! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Really was just waiting to pounce on any slip-up, and he was gifted a chance.
That has been cut short. Pinches it off him. Now it's Havertz. Well, that's been cut out, well played. Casemiro. Oh, and he's through the middle. Can he finish? Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Saka deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Gets a good foot in there. Whistle's gone, that's foul.
Well, I think the technical challenge is doable. This could depend on the amount of power.
Odegaard. Nicely aimed pass. And they can counter here. Great defending, strong and determined. Bruno Fernandes. Højlund. Højlund was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Engages and forces him off the ball. Well, we expected better, and so did he. That's really well manoeuvred. Saka.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Shaw, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Well, played right into his path. He's had a shot! And we have our very first corner. Climbs up big! That's a half-decent try.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Aimed beyond the defence. Saka. He's got away. Saka has been caught there. It's a foul. So the last big chance perhaps before half-time. And here's Havertz. Havertz! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing. There's the whistle for half-time. So half-time, and it is all square. Neither able to pull away from the other, but that is not due to any shortage of effort on either side. It's a goodish game, this, and at half-time, it's one each. The midway point of the game.
Oh, what a half of football. It's 1-1, but it could easily be 3-3 or more. Breakneck speed brilliance.
And the finish! Oh, the ball's run loose here. It's a goal kick. Odegaard. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Saliba. And that could set him on his way. Brilliantly cut out. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Manchester United clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Højlund.
And again, they're pressing effectively.
Now it's Havertz. And he's surging through. Casemiro calmly anticipates. Garnacho. Ugarte. That pass has been well intercepted. A noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Diogo Dalot. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Partey. Arsenal looking to pass their way through. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. It's run loose here. Partey. Martinelli in acres of space out wide. Lisandro Martinez is there, and he can get that clear. Havertz! That is decidedly lacking. Mazraoui. Garnacho. Bruno Fernandes has found the net here, of course. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Havertz. Martinelli is wide and looking to get onto this. Ball is over the line.
This is what good chemistry is all about.
Højlund. And he's intervened well there. And here's Havertz. And no, that was never going to make it. Bruno Fernandes. Diogo Dalot. Well read, nice interception. Havertz. Garnacho. Just about up to 75 minutes. Driving through the mid. Højlund! Goal! Manchester United! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Manchester United take the lead.
Yeah, for me, this team seems to find it easier to attack than defend, but now they're going to need to dig in at the back a bit.
Bruno Fernandes.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Partey kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Couldn't squeeze it through. Time is running out here.
Look, their path is set. They have to take risks in every situation now.
Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. So who is the target now? He's having a look at what's available. And that's been won straight back, and he's in on goal.
Manchester United probably could have killed things off, but they should be okay here.
He's picked his way through. Time is desperately short now, but it is a corner.
Well, they've got to get everyone forward, and maybe even the keeper.
And that should get the job done. Manchester United are looking to go forward now.
That's positional goals, the utilisation of space.
Great ball, and he's in here. Oh, what a ball! Saka. Casemiro cuts it out. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Good spot, he's seen the run. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Arsenal illustrating perfectly the fickle nature of football. Everything looked so good for them to start with, but as we have seen so many times, they ended up with nothing. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Well, they do say all roads lead to Rome, and perhaps it's also true to add that all Roman roads lead to the Olimpico. This gargantuan amphitheatre rarely fails to deliver, certainly when it comes to providing sporting entertainment of the highest order. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Paris Saint-Germain with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Madrid have the chance to go the other way. Goulet. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, Aurelien Tchouameni is someone I see as being a real tour de force in that midfield. He's a tireless worker. I've heard so many people say he's just a nightmare to try and get away from. A real destroyer whose abilities on the counter-press are very potent.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. And that's definitely not his best. Valverde. João Neves does really well to win the ball there. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Vitinha. Now João Neves. Nuno Mendes. João Neves. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And here's Ramos. Nicely spread. That's tidy. He rises! Oh, extraordinary.
Oh, no, that was a chance. What a chance.
Fran Garcia. So it is still 0-0. Goulet. That's a sweet ball, that. Nuno Mendes. Madrid looking to get their possession game going here.
Yeah, it can be very stylish and expansive to watch if they get it to the standard we know they can. But what's key is the number of ballers in the team. As long as they don't lose the purpose, if they keep the purpose and the urgency, all will be well.
Goulet. It's Bellingham. And here's Vinicius Junior. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Kvaratskhelia. Vitinha. Bellingham. Oh, well played, well played. Dembele. Bellingham gets a good foot in there. Oh, no question, that's a foul. Kvaratskhelia was only too happy to help out in defence.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean. Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Garcia.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Nuno Mendes. Valverde. Vitinha. Now João Neves. Gonçalo Ramos.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
Anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing.
Look, it's a run defences dislike, but the timing has to be spot on.
It's a good run down the right. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Chouameni. It's Bellingham. Looking for the run. Gonçalo Ramos. Dembele. Gonçalo Ramos. Cross deflected behind for a corner. This is their second corner of the game. Howson can get it clear. And the ball's gone astray. Oh, that's a fine interception. Nuno Mendes. Oh, this looks sharp. And here's Ramos. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Looking for options for movement. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Great position here. And we've reached half-time. Well, perhaps not full of thrills and spills, but a game which has been of a very high level, certainly defensively, as both teams walk off unscathed. A tight affair, 0-0 at the break. So your views on the first half?
I think it's been a very impressive defensive effort. They've never been broken down and contained the opposition attack extremely well.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. And the second half gets underway.
Paris Saint-Germain have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
And here's Vinicius Junior. Alexander-Arnold. Kvaratskhelia. And that's a throw-in. He is through here. Picked out, and the shot! Superb goal!
And now it's all about how they handle this from here. Edging ahead again in this second half is best followed up with a bold mindset, a bold approach. The skipper set the example. It's up to his teammates now to follow.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
No other outcome there. That was bang in the corner, unstoppable.
Madrid have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, whatever the manager said in that dressing room at half-time, it's worth a treat.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Spread neatly. Pass is just off target. Vitinha. Gonçalo Ramos. looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Paris Saint-Germain still this single goal behind. Fabian Ruiz. Fabian Ruiz in acres of space out wide.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di 80.113 spettatori.
Fabian Ruiz!
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
And the finish! And he hits the net! Paris Saint-Germain are back on level terms.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
Paris Saint-Germain grab the equaliser and we're all square.
Look, Peter, I was on the fence before a ball was kicked and I still haven't moved.
Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. He's in plenty of space here. Hakimi. Oh, it's Fabian Ruiz. Fabian Ruiz unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now it's Bellingham, face to face with the keeper. Great hit! Sticks it away! And they've got their lead back. Simplicity itself.
Well, that pretty much works out as a gift due to the space he was afforded in the box.
Madrid get themselves into the lead. Garcia. Played into space out wide. Bellingham has it out wide and in space. Opts to play it back. Garcia! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Vitinha. Fabian Ruiz. That pass has been well intercepted.
That's a modern defender's instinct from a modern coach's mindset.
Kvaratskhelia.
Cambio di giocatori.
Nuno Mendes. And he cuts out the supply.
Paris Saint-Germain really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
And here's Ramos. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Fabian Ruiz. Fran Garcia cuts out the pass. That is a great ball. Gonzalo Ramos! Oh, nicely intercepted. No way through. Paris Saint-Germain are in dire need of a breakthrough. Can they?
Look, their path is set. They have to take risks in every situation now.
Great defending, strong and determined.
Paris Saint-Germain have a simple task to find something sustained now and keep the pressure on.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Paris Saint-Germain can breathe again, just.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Ci saranno 3
You can run onto that. There's no flag. Mbappe. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. We are into stoppage time. That's a shade optimistic. And time is up. Paris Saint-Germain can justifiably find this a hard one to swallow. They gave it their all, but ultimately they have fallen just short against...